Welcome back. We've got Chef Anthony in the studio this morning from the PHS Culinary Department, joining us to make us a Lenten-friendly recipe. And this morning we're focusing on tuna.
Yes, this morning we're going to do tuna tartare. It's a beautiful build for some beautiful tuna, and you can pick up the tuna here in town at Simon Market. They're absolutely exquisite. I had one yesterday. Actually, I had 3 yesterday. So I
don't know if I've ever had a tartare, but from what I know about it, it's raw meat.
It is raw meat.
Okay.
So you need a good piece of fish, a high quality piece of fish to begin with. Just like if you were going to do it with steak, you need a high quality piece of steak so that you make sure that you're not going to get sick off of it. And if you trust your fishmonger or you trust your butcher, then you're in good shape. Because most of them, once they know you trust them, they're not going to do anything to you.
I would hope not.
So we're going to start with some ginger. Fresh ginger, shredded and ground down, little toasted sesame oil, and we have some rice wine vinegar,
okay,
some lemon juice, and a little bit more lime juice, excuse me, and I'm going to add just a little bit of vinegar, regular vinegar. Now I'm going to go
lemon juice, lime juice, and vinegar.
Yes. Want to make sure, because the citric acids will help cure the fish just a little bit for you. And then all I've done here is I've just taken a nice tuna steak and I've chopped it down real small fine pieces.
Okay.
So I can build it up. And it makes it easier when you go to put it actually on the cracker and serve it. So I'm just going to kind of mix this around a little bit.
I was just thinking, you don't have a spoon to stir with, and then...
No. You want to be very delicate with this because it is so fine. You don't want to tear it up. So using your fingers, you can kind of feel it and make sure that you don't lose anything.
Oh, you can smell the vinegar mixing in with it. Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, it's beautiful. So now I have it mixed. I'm going to add just a little bit of sesame seeds for a texture.
Okay.
And I'm going to mix that up in there as well. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it right into the bottom. Now you want to scoop this out. You don't want to pour it. You want to scoop it out, kind of give it just a little squeeze. Let all the water and the juices, everything just kind of come out of it a little bit. And then I'm going to pack it down in the bottom of my dish.
Fine line between mixing it and squeezing it. You don't want it to be mush.
Exactly.
You still want it to have its look and its texture.
You want to just give it just a little bit, and it's going to mold a little to your hand. You'll feel when it starts to push back a little bit, and you'll know if you've gone too far. So
okay.
Give it just a little bit. And I'm going to put it right down in here, and I'm going to use this dish for plating because I want to see it build up.
Do you know where the Simon Market gets most of their fish products?
Springfield Grocer for a lot of their products, and most of their stuff is local. So all their beef is local beef.
Right.
They have Wagyu beef from Colorado available, which is almost unheard of in this area, but it's really good stuff. My students flip when I bring that into class. So I'm going to switch gloves, and I have diced down avocado.
All right.
Diced down cucumbers.
Yummy.
I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic in here, just like so. Peppers, your choice, but cut them thin. And see, I cut this very thin so that you don't have to worry too terribly much about the amount of heat, but it gives a nice little subtlety. I have some fresh herbs.
Chef knows that I like spicy things, so he always makes sure he includes that spice ingredient.
Oh, I love the spice. A little salt, a little pepper. And then here again, I'm going to use my hand to mix it up because I don't want to tear up my avocado. Okay. I don't want guacamole. I want the avocado to hold its size and its texture. So I'm just going to mix it up by hand. There we go. And you can tell, you can feel it. Just be gentle. And then we're going to take our dish.
I get the aroma of the cucumber coming out of this one.
Oh, yes. Mm-hmm. And it adds this nice little crunch.
Oh, yeah.
When you're biting into it.
Cucumber and the jalapenos.
Serranos this morning.
Oh, serranos. Okay.
I went with serranos this morning because it's cold outside and I need a little bit of heat to help jumpstart me and get me going.
All right.
And you can prepare this ahead of time. You can prepare this really quickly.
So are tartares typically made in layers like that then?
It depends on the individual. Personally, if you do a steak, then you're not gonna add all the extras to it like we did with this. With the tuna, I like to add the layers so you can see it. It's very visually appealing, and you eat with your eyes first. When it looks good, it's going to taste good. So we have it in here. I pressed everything in, and I'm going to lay it right inside.
So would you let this set in the fridge a little bit before you would typically?
You can let it
Flip it?
sit a little bit, but this I've
It's still
actually
formed.
cured a little bit.
Huh.
So look how beautifully that stacks
That
up.
is so cool. There,
The
you have
color.
it, folks. The tuna tartare.
And for
Fancy.
Lent, if you're going to have a party towards the end of Lent, this is wonderful to do inside of it. And serve it with a cracker, serve it with toast points, pita chips, especially if you do them yourself and toast them in your air fryer. It's wonderful on there because the pita texture is just insane.
Okay, that's probably too big of a bite.
A little different, a little exciting.
Wow. That was really good.
It is, and it's simple to do. You can do this at home. I showed my students yesterday how to do this. I don't typically teach this because of the price of tuna, but Simon Market has $7 8-ounce tuna steaks right now.
Wow.
And they're insanely wonderful. I tried this. I did our next episode. I had quite a bit of that, and I didn't share. So I have some, I couldn't help myself.
Okay, so this is amazing. Give us a little bit of time. We will have this, all these ingredients and this on our website this morning, KOAMnewsnow.com. But stick around because in our next hour, we're going to be making something else with tuna.
Yes, we're going to do a spicy seared tuna steak served over a bed of fresh greens with a homemade Italian vinaigrette.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we got a little tuna salad coming our way. All right, thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
We'll be right back.